Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So you see our hello in a second where we are waving with the hands. So you see on the left side Sandra Rettich and myself on the right side. Sandra's gonna pour into the duo coaster mold, the rough and tough round mold, and I'm gonna pour in the tray mold. So as you can guess, these are brand new molds from MoldsandShapes, and we were so happy that we can make a launch of the new molds together and that we had the occasion to pour together. So we decided Sandra's gonna take the coaster duo and I'm gonna take the tray mold. So we were really happy that MoldsandShapes now has the round, rough and tough and the edges, and yeah, it's a dream. The edges of the mold and the mold itself, and yeah, we were just happy. So we use both the Mastercast resin, and this is from Etter Art in Germany. Actually, Mastercast comes from Elechem, so people know this probably in the UK and in the US. Sandra is now taking care that she removes all the bubbles on the surface. And this takes quite a while because you need to let your resin set a little bit. Then you need to see that the bubbles which are maybe trapped at the sides, that they are gone, or when there are bubbles on the bottom of the mold. So she's again using the torch or the embossing tool and just removes the bubbles. She's also doing this for my tray. I let her do because she is the expert in taking care of using the embossing tool. But she found also that there was a little bit too much resin in her molds because we want to work with the back layer. And this is something inspired by amazing artist Up Art Resin. We will talk about this, or I will talk about this in a bit when we are ready for the background. But for the moment, yeah, we are just taking care that everything is sorted on the surface so we can pour our flower. I guess you already thought, or you already guessed that we would go for the flower. I'm sorry that you can see the ring light in my resin piece, but yeah, Sandra was filming from one side, I was filming from the other side, and it just, yeah, we couldn't do it any different. So I have the ring light in my resin piece, but I hope you don't mind. So there are the colors, and Sandra is using white with the interference rose, and I'm using white pigment drops like Sandra pigment drops with the interference pearl. So you see me there starting pouring my spiral. I'm pouring out of the cup, and I try to be as accurate as possible. And I didn't want my flower to be too big because there needs to be a background. And then Sandra is now doing the same in the coaster mold. So she is pouring out of the cup in both molds, also in the spiral. I am now doing an extra rim around the outer edge or outer spiral, and then I just pour a little bit more. And this is what we are both doing, and then we can design our pattern. So we had to share our dotting tools. So I'm starting with my flower design, and I'm just pulling the stick from the outside in, and I'm doing this 4 times. Then I'm going in the middle of the petals again, so I have 8 petals, and then again I'm going in between, so I have 16 petals in total. This is a design I love to do, and because we wanted to do a back layer, I didn't pull my stick from the inside out to have a different design. I just thought I'd go with this, very plain. And now Sandra is doing her design. She's doing the similar thing as I'm doing. I'm here just using the heat gun, or the torch, not the heat gun, a little bit. When you use the torch, please be careful not to burn your mold or your resin. So Sandra has her first flower done, and then she's doing the second flower. Also 4 times from the outside in, and then another 4 times. So she has in total, let me think, 8 petals. Well, in the second one she has 8 petals, and the first one I guess she has more. While the resin pieces are curing, we are going for the second step, and we are using such glue guns which have a low temperature, and we are just designing something. You see, we make a sort of net, like a spider net, whatever you call it, and that's what we are doing. You need to use a silicone mat to do it, and then you see the next step. So this is my design, not Sandra's, and I'm just gonna use some spray paint, and I'm spraying this. And this is what Etter Art resin is doing. It's called liquid metal, and we thought it is a nice design for the background of our flower. That's why we only put the flower in white, because we wanted to have a delicate outcome. So this is my net, and this is the pieces, or these are the pieces Sandra did, and we want to place it into our resin piece. So you see it there. We are just pouring some clear resin into the mold. I'm using here the Ultracast resin because I have it to hand, and Sandra is using the Mastercast resin, and we're just making sure that it's bubble free. Sandra is also torching my piece, and then we can layer our glue piece or metal piece, however you want to call it. So you see it in a second. We also made sure that we spray some alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, so that there's really bubble-free surface. So you need to place this piece upside down, so you have eventually, when there are little deeper parts from the gluing pistol, so you have them on the back side, so it gives more depth. And now we are just taking care that we are placing this right into the resin, that nothing is sticking out and everything is covered. So this takes a while. I made the video at that point a little bit faster, and then we just made a back layer in black, and we used the white plumeria from Laura's Art Corner, so we have a little bit of sparkle in our black. And there we were discussing who's first demolding, because we were both very excited if this would work, if the flowers would work, if the background would work. So Sandra is being first now, and I'm very curious how this is going to turn out. So she's showing this, of course, first to the German people in her camera, but then she is moving over to us, to the English version where I do my voiceover. So come on, Sandra. It takes a while, so please be patient, because we really poured from both sides, so she almost forgot us. You see it, but now she's there. And this is the metal part, and I really love the background. And I'm very, very nervous about the outcome of my piece, because it was bigger, and sometimes with bigger flowers you struggle, and does it close up, does it blob, does it whatever. So I just loosened everything from my awesome mold, And look at that. I am so stunned with the result. The flower looks like a flower explosion. Yeah, I now show it to the other people in German. And look at this. The background, I'm very happy. It's the first time we did this with this background, and we are both very, very stunned about it. And now there's Sandra with the second coaster, and I'm very curious about this one. And look at this. Sandra made some thicker lines, I made some thinner lines, so you also see a difference from the effects. And here's our final reveal, and we are very happy that this project worked out well. You know, when you are pouring together with two people, you are talking, you are doing whatever, and yeah, we are so relieved. And these molds are so awesome. So just check out MoldsandShapes, and Sandra and me have the promo codes. We put them into our description box, so you can just have a look. And yeah, for now, I say goodbye, and please have a look also for Sandra's video if you're interested in how we did this together. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.